everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen. I make book and school related videos, and today I'm bringing you, I'm not sure how to word this, study tips that have worked for me and that I have learned over the years. And I'm going into my senior year of high school, so I'm a little bit experienced in this field. I may just go off track a little bit because this is just a lot of talking in this video, but I think I have 10 tips for you guys, so just keep watching if you're interested in this. And this will help you just kickstart your school year on the right foot. I believe if you establish good habits in the beginning, you'll stick with those habits. Let's just get on into it. All right, so my first tip for your study sessions is to not study in your PJs or on your bed. Your bed and your PJs are meant to be worn when you're sleeping and when you're most comfortable. And if you study in your comfortable clothes or on your bed, then I don't know, like you're kind of getting like everything mixed up, and that's why you get sleepy when you study, or you just don't feel motivated because you just want to sleep. So don't study in your PJs or just really comfortable clothing. I like to wear a dress or jeans, just whatever I wear at school is what I like to study in, because I'm awake, I'm alert. Your bed is your bed. It's meant for you to sleep in and just relax in. All right, so tip number 2 is to start your homework after you had a little break after school. Okay, so I end school at 2:45. I get home at around 3, and from 3 to about 3:30, I eat, I rest, I get a break from the day, and then after that I start my homework and my studying, and that's because the content that I learned from the entire day is still fresh in my head. But this can be a little hard for those of you who have extracurricular activities. I know I have quite a few extracurricular activities this school year that's going to be taking up a lot of my time. If you just learn to prioritize your time and to make time for your homework, then it will get done. All right, so tip number 3 is to avoid cramming. So by cramming, I mean studying the night before and pulling an all-nighter. I think it's better for you to get a full night of sleep knowing that you are comfortable with the content that you have learned and are going to be tested on. So if your teacher announces, hey, next week we have a test on this, and this, write it down in your planner and start studying little by little each day. I think it's better to study an hour each day or 30 minutes each day rather than 4 hours the night before and not remember anything the next day. That also helps with spacing out the repetition in your studying. And so speaking of spacing out your studies, tip number 4 is to do just that, space out your studies. All right, so this is a really great example. You can find this all over the internet. Just look up like space study or something like that. Say you have 20 vocabulary words. You go through each of the cards. The cards that you know and understand go in one pile, and the cards that you're having trouble with go in another. So push the pile that you know and understand aside and study the one that you are having trouble with, and just repeat the process until everything goes into the understand pile. Between each repeat, make sure you take like a little break so that it's spaced repetition. I don't know how to explain it. If you look it up, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Just spaced repetition helps you remember things and help you study. That's what I like to do. Tip number 5, in the words of Tom Haverford from Parks and Recreation, is to treat yourself. I love Tom Haverford and Parks and Recreation, so I love this advice. After each study session or during each break or after you finished all your homework, give yourself a little snack or nap time, just a little bit, or TV time. I don't know, something that you like to do, something that distracts you from studying, but something that is rewarding to you after you have put in your work for your homework. All right, so tip number 6 is to complete your homework throughout the day to maximize your studying time. So I have 4 classes a day. In between those classes, I have lunch. And during lunch, I of course eat my food, I talk with my friends, but I also complete my schoolwork that I have for periods 1 and 2. That way I have less to do at home and I have less to worry about, and also I can study more for those classes when I'm at home rather than just like studying later and cramming later. So yeah, if you're able to complete your homework throughout the day, so if you have a long bus ride home, maybe you could do some of your schoolwork on the bus. If you are, let's see, what's another scenario? If you have free time in the class and your teacher lets you to do other work, go ahead. That's the perfect opportunity. All right, so tip number 2 when studying is to create your go-to notes and symbols that you can understand. So when I take notes in class, I like to shorten words, like the word because turns into like BC, or the word with becomes a W with a slash, without becomes a W slash O. Whenever I want to use the word increasing or up or high, I use an up arrow and then a down arrow for decreasing. Just little things that help you understand your studies so that you don't have to rewrite everything over and over again. Tip number 8 is to study your old tests and quizzes. So I get to take home quizzes from most of my teachers, but we have to leave our tests at school. I like to study my quizzes at home and then come back with any questions that I have. And then while I'm sitting down with my teacher and asking them questions about the quizzes that I've already taken, I like to go over my test with my teacher as well. That's usually the case. They usually hold on to my tests for me and I can't take it home. While I'm studying the test with my teacher, I'll take notes as to what I need to go home and study. All right, so tip number 9 is to switch up your study space. That does not mean get new furniture or get new desk organization stuff every like 2 weeks. What I mean by switch up your study space is to switch up where you study. So I have a desk in my bedroom. I don't always like studying in here because it gets hot. It's a little noisy up here. So I like to study after school in my school's library because the librarians are always there till like 4 o'clock. They're always in there. So they let me study in there, or I can just hang out with the teacher after school and work on homework in there. And if you study after school on campus, then that may help you out because your teachers are probably still on campus as well. Also, I like to do my schoolwork at Starbucks. Now, a lot of my friends have told me that they get really distracted at Starbucks, and I don't know, I love the sound of the coffee machine and like people just talking in the background. There's even this app called Coffeetivity or something like that, and it's just like sounds of a coffee shop, and I love that. I don't know, I can't listen to music, but I can go to Starbucks and sit in there and study for 3 hours straight. It's really weird. Yeah, so just switch up where you study. If you need to study at the dining room table instead of your desk one day, you should do that because your brain works better when you're not in your usual comfort zone. That's why some teachers make you sit in different places in the classroom, if you've noticed that. So, and my last tip for you all is when you study, make a list of questions or concerns that you have for your instructor. So I know I don't always do my homework correctly, or I get confused when I study certain content at home. And so if I have a list of questions, I can go see my teacher in the morning before class, or I can ask my teacher questions during class. One thing that I really liked that my AP Calculus teacher did throughout the school year, she would assign homework. It wasn't really for a grade. It was just up to you. It's your grade, so you should do homework. I always did the homework. I think there's only one time I didn't do the homework and I was so disappointed in myself. I would go do the homework, and in class we would always discuss the homework questions, and I just thought that was really nice, and I wish all teachers did that, but no. So that's about it for this video. I hope you guys are enjoying this back to school series so far. I don't have that many videos posted because I do post only twice a week, but I'm trying my best to get all these ideas into actual videos. Some videos are harder to film than others. Some videos take a lot more time than others. I think I'm going to film a binder organization video next because I love using binders. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. That'll make me very happy. I hope you all have a great rest of the week, and I hope that you have a very successful rest of your summer and start to your school year because senior year, guys. I'm so excited. All right, bye everybody.